Hi there everybody, I'm Dave, and I'm usually not on camera. Just thought I'd do a little camera thing, little video log thing, because I got something in the mail yesterday, put it on the bike today, and I thought I'd show it. So what I got was a KennyRaceBoy sticker. So KennyRaceBoy is a YouTube motorcyclist vlogger, and Kenny does a really good job, and he was one of my go-to helpers when I was looking at a KLR 650, because he knows he had one, and he did a good job selling it. I don't know if he knew that's what he was doing, but that is in fact what he did. He sold me on the bike, so I thought I'd show him what my bike looks like and maybe some of the special things that I've done to it. So let's take a step back and just kind of show you what it looks like now in its entirety. This is my KLR 650. I've named him Apollo. Apollo was the tallest mule on record, and if you didn't know it, one of the nicknames for a KLR 650 is a mule because it is so good at hauling stuff. So anyways, that's what this is. He's Apollo, and some of the first things you notice about Apollo is that I've added on these saddlebags. These are, if you can tell by the handles, these are electrical cases for carrying equipment, but they've got these nice little handles on the side, and on the top, convenient carry handle. Anyway, so that was that. To hold those on, I've added Dirtracks saddlebag Pannier mounts. So that's how they're held on. And also I've added these AgriSupply tool tube. Well, actually they're document holders that you put on tractors. But in my case, I'll just unscrew this one and show you. In my case, I've used them to hold on my tools. And on the other side is a, I don't know, 1.5 liter or 2 liter or something gas can, so that when I'm out of gas, which I am kind of ashamed to admit how often that happens. It happens very often. And so anyways, I've also added on this reflective tape. This is 3M Scotchlite tape. You can tell maybe that it's extremely reflective. It blows out everything except your own eyeballs. So I wouldn't be too surprised to find out that the camera is not accurately doing it. And the stickers are ADV for the ADVWriter.com, FYYFF, which is FUYFF. So yeah, that's just kind of my attitude on the world anyways. I've also added Dirtracks Crash bars. They've actually seen some use because, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this bike is sitting extremely vertical on the kickstand. And if you ever have any sort of tilt to the right, the bike goes over. So that's just one of those things. I've taken off the factory stickers that were on the front, said KLR 650, and I've added these BMW looking roundels. So that's a nice thing, and I got the ones with the said KLR650.net because that's my favorite KLR site, and part of the proceeds goes to support that. Some more tape on the top. One of the things I added today was my new Nelson-Rigg tank bag. It's, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's electrified. So I've run wire under the tank and put it in here. I've got some wiring inside that's kind of ugly at the moment. I need to get some more parts, but that's what powers the GPS. The GPS is battery powered, but unfortunately the battery connectors on it have been vibrated loose over 95,000 of motorcycle riding. So the only thing that works now is the power cable, and that's coming off of a cigarette adapter that's inside the tank bag. This is a spot communicator, which allows me to get tracked because it's important for my wife to know that I'm alive when I'm riding, because very often I'm out of cell phone range. So this is a way for her to track me when I'm outside of cell phone range. Also on the handlebars are these double take mirrors. The stock mirrors come to about here, which is just about wide enough for me to see my own shoulders. And so I added these aftermarket mirrors. They also have the ability to swing in. I don't know if you've seen, they use ram mounts, but they have the ability to swing in so that if you're riding trails or something and you need to be more narrow, you can do that. I haven't felt the need to do that. Also added today was this Madstad adjustable windscreen. This black plate that it mounts to is the size of the original windscreen. So there's very little wind protection, and as a result, anytime you go over 50 miles an hour, you get popping in your ears, and it's just, you know, not only is it annoying, but it's also dangerous to your hearing. So I went ahead and got this. This is adjusted so that when I'm sitting, I get a little bit of airflow, but not any on my head. So, you know, that's just about the perfect range for me. So anyways, it's pretty cool. You just, you know, loosen these two nuts here, one there and one there, and if you see, that can slide up and down, and there's a little adjustment. You can't really see it, but it can go this way, so you can adjust the tilt. So you can do a Dakar-like vertical windscreen, or you can do this, you know, tilted back. You know, it's brand new for me, so I'm not sure I'll love it, but, you know, what's the chances I won't love having the wind off my face? Some things you can't see without the power on, so I'll turn the power on, and see if you can actually see it now. I changed out the headlamps to these LEDs, because in the winter I've got electric gear and I like to stay warm, so I put in LED headlamps so they take up 1/4 of the power, but they put out twice the light. So these are exceptionally bright. I mean, you really can't get a good idea about it, but these are just unbelievably bright headlamps. So I'm very happy with it. It does a great job. And then the other thing I want to show you with the, maybe you can see here, see if I turn on the high beams. You can't really tell, but you can definitely tell with the blinker on. Let's see here. I've replaced the stock blinker with one that makes a beeping sound. Because there's no auto cancel on this blinker, I have had people come up next to me and tell me that my blinker's on. So I've got this turned on. Oh, and if I put it in neutral, I've also got LED neutral light. I won't do it now because I have to go to the other side of the bike, but it does a fantastic job of being extremely bright. I mean, almost too bright at night. And when I say almost too bright, I mean almost too bright, because I don't think you can do too much with too bright. So anyways, that's my bike, Apollo. Oh, Michigan State sticker, go Spartans. That's Apollo, and I've also got in the door today, but it was just, you know, it's 105 degrees right now. I know it's hard to tell, because here we are out in Sugar Land, Texas. That's the old sugar factory over there. That's the water tower from the sugar factory. These are softball fields that are crazy. I didn't know they had this overflow parking, but down here in southeast Texas, it's exceptionally warm. And I was outside for 20 minutes in the garage, and I just was pouring sweat, you know, just putting on the sticker. So I've got a new front sprocket, 16-tooth front counter sprocket that I'm going to put on. I've also got the Eagle Mike magnetic oil plug, so I'm going to put that on. I'm going to change the oil tomorrow. I'm almost at 5,000 miles, so it's time to do its third oil change. And I'm going to probably in the next week do the valve clearances, and changing the sprocket and the valve clearances are something that KennyRaceBoy helped me out, and his instructions were very clear, so I feel very confident that I'll be able to do this. So thanks, Kenny. Love the sticker. Hope you get a little play out of having me mention your name so many times. KennyRaceBoy. Anyways, good stuff. Thanks, guys.